Hi, I'm Joe Plumeri, the author of The Power of Being Yourself. I've talked to you about New Year's. I've talked to you about resolve. I've talked to you about what New Year means in 2016. Doesn't know it's 2016. Now what I want to talk to you about is what happened to me and the fact that you got to play in traffic. All of you who've read the book understand and appreciate that I'm a big believer that you got to engage and you got to get out and you got to do things. You got to play in traffic. And if you play in traffic, anything is possible. So if you have a mindset of going out and engaging, and if you do that, the world is open to you and anything is possible is going to happen to you. I want to describe for you what happened to me a year ago today. In the beginning of 2015, I had no idea of what was going to come. All I knew was that I was going to write the book. I knew that I was going to have to go on a promotional tour. That's all I knew. And what turned out for the year is because I always play in traffic and it's because I do things. I want to give you a series of episodes about what happened to me in 2015. At the beginning of the year, I knew I was going to write the book, as I said, but I didn't know a lot of other things would happen to me, and I want to share them with you because as you're thinking about this year and you're thinking about resolutions and resolves and all the things that we talked about, visions, understand that what I think is the most important thing is playing in traffic. What happens is that I get invited by a friend of mine to play in a golf tournament last year. I don't usually play in charity golf tournaments because they happen during a work week and I don't want to take time off from work and I never play in them. But he begged me and he said, please do it for me. And it was a friend of mine and an associate of mine, Guy Chiarello. So, and he's from Trenton, New Jersey, and he's Italian, so he's a good guy. And he's one of the greats in technology. So I go play in this charity golf tournament and I wind up playing with the Notre Dame football coach. And I'm a big Notre Dame football fan, and I've been for a long time. In any event, I play golf with him for 4.5 hours. After the tournament, I give a speech. He listens to the speech and he says, you got to tell him, you got to take that speech and come to Notre Dame and talk to my football team. I go to talk to his football team at Notre Dame during summer practices. It happens that Showtime is doing a series on Notre Dame football. They tape me as I'm giving the speech, and the kids are great, and there's great response. I wind up after that being on Showtime because I went to Notre Dame and gave the speech. Then during the season, I talked to the Notre Dame football team, which you saw on a newsletter I sent out last week in the middle of the field before the Southern California game, all because I went to a golf tournament because a friend of mine asked me, and I usually don't do it. So I go to the golf tournament, I play in traffic, and I wind up on Showtime, and I have one of the great relationships that I never knew would happen because I played in traffic, and believe me, anything's possible when you could feel like I felt Joe Plumeri in the middle of Notre Dame Stadium talking to the football team before they played Southern Cal. Thanks, everybody.